Welcome to the channel. My name's Mike and I'm an aspiring indie developer learning the ropes and currently working on my first ever game. I understand it might be a bit early to be making YouTube content. After all, my current project is not exactly the most commercially viable game out there and I'm still at the start of my journey. However, I really wanted to document the learning process as well as hopefully starting to build a small community for sharing knowledge, getting feedback, and generally just creating a wholesome space for gamers and game devs to communicate and share ideas. My name is Mike and I'm from a city called Inverness in the Highlands of Scotland. I graduated from uni in 2019 with a computer science degree focused on software development and now have 5 years of industry experience as a C#.NET developer. I've been working as a freelance web developer as a side hustle, but quite honestly I'm a bit burned out with all of that and have stumbled into the game development world while searching for something to fill that void. I've been really inspired by other developers that I've been watching and decided to take a leap into trying to build a community here on YouTube. Some of my personal favourites are Thomas Brush, Pirate Software, Bite Me Games, Sasquatch B Studios, Andre Giralt, Big Duel, Thomas Stewart, Sean Spalding, Game Dev Greedable, Adam C. Eunice, Bite of Michael, and plenty more. They're all worth checking out. I am just stepping into the world of indie game development, and while I'm sure everyone has the same thought and many of us don't make it, I am here for the long haul. As you can see by the video playing in the background, I'm at the very beginning of this process. Though, if you showed me this game 3 months ago and said that I would be the one who made it, I'd have taken that all day. I'm proud of the progress. I want to make things that last. I want to create something that gives people an escape. I want my future children to say, my daddy made this game. I want to look back at this channel in a few years and say, wow, look how far I've come. I don't have any plans to quit my day job anytime soon. I've got a long way to go before that could ever become a reality. And honestly, I enjoy my day job. I work from home for a great company and work with some very cool people. But one day being a full-time indie games developer is definitely one of the many dreams I have, and I'm completely committed to putting in the effort to making that an option at some point. I am talking a big game here, and I'm going to look pretty silly if this is my final upload. Currently I'm spending about 30 hours a week on game development on top of my 37.5 hours per week day job. It honestly doesn't feel like a grind whatsoever. There are obviously good and bad nights, but this is the first time I've not had to really force myself to stick to something. I've had no 0-hour days so far, and quite honestly the thought of having one terrifies me. I've learned this lesson many times in my life, whether it comes to the gym, eating well, studying a language, other projects, or just anything really. Once I give myself that free day off just because I feel like I should, I really struggle to get back on track. This is definitely not a good idea for everyone, but it's what works for me. So I decided on a 2D platform for my first game. I know, it's massively played out as a genre and generally don't make a lot of money unless they are spectacular. However, I'm in this to learn, and I feel that actually completing a project with a small enough scope and taking that experience onto something bigger in the future is what will work for me. As an animal lover, I decided to make a game featured around our turtle protagonist as he shoots, jumps, and parries his way back to his pond. Not the most groundbreaking concept, but it's been great for learning the game engine. Pixel art. I'm sure you can tell I'm not a very artsy person, but believe it or not, I've come quite a way on that front as well, and I think it gives the game a certain charm, but obviously could be a bit biased. I'd love to get your feedback on the game, that's the main reason for making this video and starting the channel. It's available on itch.io to download for free. Currently has 4 levels, including a boss fight and a pretty cool card game you play prior to fighting the boss, with your damage receiving a bonus modifier depending on how well you play the card game. It's based on a drinking game we used to play back in the day, and I really love implementing original ideas like that. I would love to get your feedback and thoughts on the game. Currently I've only had my girlfriend and a few friends play, and while I have received plenty of useful feedback and suggestions, they're just not willing to be as brutal as I know you lot will be. So let me have it. I'm all ears, and I know to make the best thing I can make, I need to be open to all comments and critique. The link to download the game is in the description, and please actually download the game rather than playing in the browser. The performance is so much better, and I'll probably be removing that feature altogether fairly soon. I'm releasing updates every single week, and still have an ever-increasing list of work to do on the game. I plan to add another 3 or 4 4-level zones, including various boss encounters, card or dice games, and an increasingly difficult platformer experience. I'll release the game on Steam eventually. Currently I'm thinking the end of July if all goes to plan. I understand this video would be a lot more interesting if I was in front of the camera, but quite honestly I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. I know this has been a bit of a rant so far, so fair play if you made it to the end. So go and enjoy the Turtle Run demo, available on itch.io, link in the description. Let me know your thoughts on the game as well as any future content you'd like to see, whether that be devlogs or discussing the tools I'm learning, anything at all. Have an amazing day. Cheers.